Welcome to the Zesty Ginger Podcast. We are Megan and Dr. Alex. We are here for transformation. Yours, ours, and the collective. Personal and professional for practitioners. But not just any transformation. Compassionate transformation. Because between the two of us, we have seemed to have done things the painful way. Let our pitfalls become your stepping stones. We aren't afraid to share our raw and vulnerable truths in order to help you transform your thinking, your body, your heart, and your soul. Combining 15 years of functional medicine with brain-based habit change to lead you to the best life possible in a compassionate way. Compassion, yes, yet plan to roll up your sleeves. Transformation requires your participation. And a quick reminder, this information is not meant to diagnose, manage, or treat disease. Always consult with your doctor, not this doctor, before making changes. Now let's get into the episode.
Alrighty, welcome back. You've made it to the third week of the series of Possibility, the Possibility series. Are you all proud of yourselves? If you're just jumping in here, I will ask you to go back to the beginning. We want you all to have had the experience up to this point. So go on back, and I'm guessing everybody who's here and has been into the whole series already has their workbook. But if you don't, go to zestyginger.com/possibility. And always, always listen all the way to the end. Is there anybody who's skipping the end? If you're skipping the end, I want you to ask yourself, where else are you skipping the end in life? Oh, I may be calling some people out right now because I'm one of those people in the past. And ask yourself, why would I skip this part, the part where other people tell me all of the possibility that they have in their life, all the things that you could have and I could have? Why would I skip that part? The part that we've seen over and over again that actually helps and works for people who are in spontaneous remission, for people who are having their body heal itself. So please don't skip the end. We have our lovely clients and people sharing stories, powerful, vulnerable stories. They're very short, so promise me you will stick all the way to the end, okay? Okay. And today, it's not a joke. I don't have a joke exactly, but I have a page story. And that's kind of the same thing. She's like almost like a little dad joke girl in a 6-year-old body. So Paige's birthday is on Christmas. And she said to me the other night before bed, she said, "So Mom, let's just say I was on the naughty list." Okay. She said, well, and my birthday is also on Christmas, she said. So even if I was on the naughty list, I'd still get presents, right? I was like, well, Paige, so curious what this question is about. As I dug in further, of course, she was like, no reason. So there you have it. There is my Paige intro. Today's topic that is priming you for all the possibility in 2023 is about vulnerability in healing. Why does this matter? So often when people come to us, they're in a place where they're saying things like, I can't stick to anything, I don't have any willpower, there's no growth, like I'm hitting plateaus. So whether it's physical health, like hitting plateaus in health, or in business, they're just not hitting their goals, they're not expanding. Same things happening every year, if not going backwards. But inside, what they're saying to themselves is constant negative talk, and they are losing confidence. And they're starting to have this fragmentation between you and you, right? Between what you say you want and what you actually do. Yeah. And on the outside, so what we really want is to have these consistent habits. We want to be parasympathetic, feel good, authentic. But even more than that, the real reason that we want all of that is for the self-trust, the compassion, the confidence, the connection that comes with doing and saying what you want to do. And with that comes a bit of vulnerability. So we believe that we have to take care of ourselves to take care of others. Y'all have heard that about the airplane and putting on your air mask first. Cool. Also, though, this is important for everyone, whether you're a mom or not, whether you're a coach, whether you're a leader, whether you're a healer, whether you guide children, whether you guide employees. Everybody, we believe, is a leader in some way. So we think there's nothing more important than really learning emotional intelligence and embodying it, practicing it, holding space so that you can allow other people's stuff not to bother you. Because there's a lot of vulnerability and healing and going for what's possible. So having that for yourself will allow you to be there for others. It will allow you to grow, of course, personally. And if you have a business where you help others, you can only help them get as far as you are willing to go. So in our in-person training, we do a 7-day in-person training. There's this interesting thing that happens on day 2 or 3, and often the energy, right? There's a lot of stuff coming up for people because they are there to let it go, and there's a lot of energy, and there's a lot of pushback, and there's a lot of different parts of them going, oh, can I do this? Is this good for me? Is this not good for me? What's happening? What's going on in my brain? Do I want to let go of my fear? Do I not? Right? There's this internal struggle, and the energy gets a little strong for a little bit, right? And us, Dr. Alex and I, as the people holding the space and the hosts of this training, it is our job to really hold the ship. And in one of our first trainings, we actually felt the whole day as if we were holding on. We were holding on and keeping this ship steady, right? Because there was all the different things coming up for people. And they were projecting it onto us. They were asking us, why is it this way? Why are we taking the test now when we haven't learned this? There were a lot of questions. There was a lot of frustration. And the whole container, it's for a reason. And part of that reason is for these things to come up for people. So what happened was, by the end of the day, I think, hopefully everybody who was there agrees that Alex and I really did hold the space. We did get that feedback, that we really held the space, that we were just a clear container. We were mirroring back to people what it was. It wasn't about us. And by the end of the day, we went home to our own Airbnb and went to relax. And as I went to relax, my whole body went into a shaking kind of trauma response. And I was like, oh, interesting. So there were some things coming up for me in holding that space and staying really steady. So not too many years ago, for those of you who've known me a long time, like I would not have been able to do anything like this. To know that something is good for someone and in the moment also look them in the eye and just say, just do it when they don't want to, or to be in a way not cold, but holding this space of like, this is how it will happen, even though this is not how you want it to happen. That would have been very hard for me. And now, because I know the bigger picture and I've zoomed out, and because I've been through it myself, because I know how much transformation happens in these 7 days, I am totally and willing able to do crazy stuff. Anything that I believe will help people break through, I am willing and I'm there to do it, and so is Dr. Alex. So as we held the space for the day and my body went into this process of recovery, I had a choice. So I was staying in a house with some of our coaching assistants and even some of our trainees at that time. And I had a choice of whether I would go in my room and kind of hide and process through what was going on, or whether I would stay out in the open and actually openly talk about and explain, hey, here's what's going on, and just do it. And I made choice number 2 to stay out in the living room where everyone was and explained, hey, I'm actually having a trauma response and my body is going through something, and we do practice what we preach. So Alex came over and she helped me through a couple of processes. She sat with me for over 45 minutes while my body just shook. My whole body shook. I cried. I was releasing so much. And there were memories, there are things tied to this, had nothing to do with the training, which is why it's such a powerful container, because I got to really release that day. We were there to help other people, and by holding that space for them, I then got to release when I went home. How powerful was that? How powerful was that for me to be safe enough, feel safe enough to be vulnerable, because I had the thoughts going through my head. Should I be doing this? There's trainees here. What if they just think I'm like a mess after seeing this, right? And every single one of them came up to me later in the next day and said, thank you for allowing us to witness that. Thank you for being really raw and open and showing us that this happens to you too, and that you and Dr. Alex use the tools, and that she sat with me, just literally sat with me. She didn't try to fix the thing. She used the tools and the processes and the subconscious reprogramming for me to move through it, allowed me to feel my feelings, and then helped me reframe and install what did I want? What did I want the new neural pathways to look like, to feel like, to be? And as we share our story, we heal our story. Because vulnerability leads to being seen and witnessed and embodied, and that is how I believe that we heal ourselves. So it was an amazing lesson for me. And then I did watch all these lovely ladies the next day in the training go through their own process and have their body do the same thing. And I fully believe that some of them would not have allowed their body to do that if they had not seen someone else model that. Because now I was like, you know what? This whole shaking thing, this whole crying thing, this is actually a part of the process to remove energy, and there is nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with you. You're here to do the thing. So you can, in your life, whatever that looks like, be vulnerable. It allows other people to be vulnerable. Without being vulnerable, I do not believe we have all the possibilities in the world, because we need to open up to what's going on deep inside. You can hide and pretend only to a certain level of outward success. Really inside, sharing what's inside is what I believe gets to all the possibilities in the world, which is why we're here for the series of possibility. And I want to end with another note of possibility from one of our lovely students.
This is my third round of the Health Transformation Accelerator program. Through this program, I have gained many things. One of the most notable is that I've gained more confidence as a mom and have dropped a lot of the guilt that I have felt for having my own needs and wanting my own time. I'm now able to hold space for my daughter and sit with her big feelings without making it mean something about me or about my parenting, which is huge. I feel empowered to ask for what I want and what I need and go after it. I've learned to tune into my intuition more and more and trust myself and worry less about what other people think. I'm still not perfect at it, and I'm okay with that because perfectionism is not the goal. Compassionate transformation is the best way to describe what this program is all about. There is an amazing community of women that support each other and cheer each other on and celebrate wins together. And I have met lifelong friends that I talk to on a weekly basis. This program is amazing. The container, the safe space that Megan and Alex provide for us is incredibly supportive. And this is the best program that I've ever had the opportunity to be a part of.
Thanks for coming out to hang with us on the podcast. It is our goal to transform the way women are treated in healthcare. And we need your help. We need your help to get the word out. We have a lofty goal of 1 million downloads. And we know that as this podcast grows, we're going to be able to reach more women, get more amazing speakers for you, and bring the most cutting-edge information.
If you found these pod classes helpful, please take a moment to text 5 women you know the link to the series. We appreciate your help so much. Can't wait to see you next time.